Are there any Alice's in the audience? Nobody? Well, the reason I'm asking, I suppose I have to explain now, it's kind of embarrassing for me, but see, a couple of weeks ago I was having that problem us older men sometimes have. And I went to the doctor and he told me not to worry, to relax. He said the solution's simple. He said, see Alice. And I've been looking for Alice ever since and I can't find her anywhere. Now you may have noticed I'm kind of squinting here. I'm having a problem with my vision. I'm having a reaction from some medications. I have double vision and blurred vision. So if you see me squinting and trying to look over here, that's the reason why. The upside is I got twice as big an audience as the other comedians have got out here. When I ordered a drink from the waitress, she brought me 2 of them. But I'm a senior citizen. You notice that right away. You know what a seniors are. Seniors are the ones where the women no longer worry about getting pregnant and the men all look like they are. I just got back from Las Vegas, just flew in yesterday. I spent a lot of time out in Vegas. I do a lot of comedy out there. And I have to humbly admit I'm getting me fairly well known out there. And I'll tell you, I'm just a small town southern Minnesota guy, and it's quite a thrill to walk out there in Las Vegas, walk out there on the Las Vegas Boulevard, you know, the strip, and see your name up there in lights. It's quite a thrill. It gets you here every time. You just never get used to it. Your name is up there in those lights up there. It's quite a thrill. And you walk out on the curb, and if you've ever been in Vegas, you know all the cabs have billboards on them. You walk out on the curb, about every 5th or 6th cab that goes by has got your name on it. It's really it really gets you. And it takes some of the thrill away. That's my stage name. I have a stage name in Las Vegas. If you're ever out there, be sure and look me up. My stage name out there is Prime Rib 995. You'll see it all over the place. Last week we had kind of a funny thing happen to us out there. Well, not funny, kind of a strange thing happened to us. Yeah, I do the midnight show at Harrah's, which coincidentally starts about 12 o'clock at night. And we get done about 2 in the morning. And by the time we shake a lot of hands and greet a lot of people, give out a few autographs, and get up to the room, get to bed, it's about 3 in the morning. On this particular night, I just got in bed and just started to doze off, and there's a big ruckus in the room next to me. There's banging and slamming and yelling and bumping against the wall. And I was just ready to call downstairs to complain when I quieted down and I fell asleep. About 8 o'clock in the morning, the noise starts up in the hallway. There's doors banging and people running up and down and loud voices. And there's a knock on my door. I get up there and look through a little peephole, and it's a policeman. I open the door for him, and he says, I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Rib. And I said, that's okay, just call me Prime. Just call me Prime. He said, well, I'm sorry to bother you, Prime, but we're wondering if you heard anything suspicious next door to you last night. I said, yeah. I said, there's a lot of banging and slamming at about 3 in the morning. I said, what's going on? He said, well, I said, the maid went in the room this morning to clean up. She found a body of a woman in the bathtub, covered up with cornflakes. And we're afraid we have a serial killer on our hands. Yeah, I went a long ways for that one. And you, I could see you shaking your head. No way is he a big star in Las Vegas. You know, you're right. Big star in Vegas. Here I am, one of the opening acts in a free show in the back room of a place called Meistrs in the entertainment capital of the world, Shoreview, Minnesota. Right. Yeah, big star. I'm a loser. I know it. I'm old, short, somewhat overweight, lazy, divorced, Democrat, drive a Kia, bought it from Denny Hecker. I know it. I'm a loser. My credit is so bad I get pre-denied credit card applications in the mail. They say money talks, so mine said goodbye. Yeah. Found out last night I have a drinking problem. I got drunk on Scotch tape.
I even like the tape.
Well, this side room's catching on anyway. Okay. I'm different. Things just always are different for me. Everything that happens to me happens differently. If I fell in a river and drowned, you'd have to look upstream for my body. Oh, scratch that one. I was married once. My wife and I, we made a pretty good duo together. I'm not much of a self-starter, and she was a crank. She once told me I reminded her of Rock Hudson. I think what she really meant was she liked to tie a rock around my neck and throw me into Hudson. All right. Bad things always happen to me. I was born under a sign of the feces. I called the incontinence hotline once last week. They asked me if I could hold. And that's sort of why I'm calling in the first place. I called a suicide hotline one time, found out it's been outsourced to Pakistan. Told them I was having suicidal thoughts. They got all excited, wanted to know if I could drive a truck or fly a plane. I'm getting old. My driving is starting to slow down. I had that pointed out to me on the way over here tonight, coming up 35. I got passed up by a smart car towing a camper. Yeah, my whole family are losers. I looked up my family tree and all I could find were nuts. I can't get a date. I tried one of those online dating services. Picked the one that sounded right for me. It was called dataloser.com. I did meet somebody. We had a connection. I met somebody. We went out a couple of times, but it didn't work. You see, she's one of these go-go types. Go, 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 go dancing till dawn and take me home and tie me to the bed and use whips and leather. I'm too lazy for that. My idea of finding that out was to go stand in line somewhere. And she's a clean freak. Clean, clean, clean. Always cleaning. Inside of 2 weeks, she cleaned out my bank account. I'm a notoriously bad housekeeper. My idea of a thorough house cleaning is to sweep a room with a glance. In fact, my house is so dirty, people wipe their feet when they go out the front door. Yeah, I shouldn't complain, though. For my birthday, she gave me an SUV, SUV, socks, underwear, Viagra. She wasn't too thrilled with me either. She told me I must have the IQ of a hairball. I think that was right after I told her that I thought that Taco Bell was a Mexican phone company. Either that or when she was telling me about her brother as a kleptomaniac. And I asked her if he was taking anything for it. She laughed at me, called me a senile old fool. She called me something else too, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, I'm a loser. I just hit the winning run right there. Okay, anyway, I'm used to it. I once dated a woman who told me I was too gullible. And I believed her. I almost dated a woman psychic one time, but she broke up with me before we even met. Things got so bad before I was dating a homeless woman. Now don't knock it, there's some advantages to dating a homeless. I mean, when the date's over, you can just drop her off anywhere. That's my time. I'm Dennis Carney, and thank you, Tammy, for doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
Hello. Any of you shop at Walmart? I love Walmart. No Walmart shoppers?